Hi everyone, welcome to the next DDC or Dynamic Digital Creations kit, which is the Cylon Battlestar from Battlestar Galactica. What I'm going to do is just show you guys the ports, how to prepare them and how they go together. It's pretty simple actually. And then the next video will be once the ports are actually glued and put together. Okay, so all these ports are doubled. So you get two of each because as you guys will know, if you want, you know, the craft, it consists of two parts that are a mirror image of each other. So basically they sit back to back and they can actually rotate. So I've made it possible on this kit. Okay, so your main body, which is either top or the bottom, depends on how you look at it, consists of 3 parts, and then all the spines get connected on separately and get screwed on. So you'll see this main hull has got pegs on it and it fits together. You're going to need to sand down all the edges, the molding edges. Okay, and then line it up and then glue it on and then rescribe your the little lines. Okay, and then this one here similar has pegs, and that goes in as well, making up the either upper or the lower part of your hull. Okay, so on top of this, or the bottom of it, depends on which part it is. So this is the inside, obviously. Okay, so this gap is there for a reason. This is your central piece that holds the 2 parts together, and it comes apart and it flips over to change the configuration. Okay, so you notice on the one there's a hole on the bottom, so that will be on your lower section. Okay, in case you want to put a stand in, I'm going to provide acrylic plastic stands for this kit, 3 of them, but this is a possibility if you want to maybe add your own stand in the center. So that's why I've made this gap open. There are little parts that go in there and you just need to sand the edges down. If you're not going to be using the hole, then feel free to glue it closed. It only goes in one way, it closes up the hole. Okay, so like so. Okay, so I'd recommend gluing all these 3 parts together before you do the rest. Okay, so in saying that, the rest, okay, let me just get back to this piece. If this was your bottom part, you'll see there's a notch on the inside, and there is on the FDM printed part a little piece that sticks out, and that basically just goes in. Okay, and there is a little plastic thing that sticks up, goes into the bottom gap. Okay, and then this hole is actually exposed through the bottom. Okay, so as you will notice, there's a little space there to drill a hole through, drill it right through the body, and then pat it up at the bottom. So drill it and tap it, you'll get the taps with it and the screws. And then this will be your 1/2, obviously, for the other side. It's fits exactly the same, just looks different. The upper one also has the little lip sticking out, and that goes in. So this now would be the top one, not the bottom one. Okay, and then all these parts fit onto it. So this one goes onto the rear, as you can see. It makes pretty sense how it fits. Okay, and then this one goes on the front, and you'll notice there are the little spots over here and over here, so we drill through it and you can tap it through, and then same with the rear one. And you just take it out. So you'll see there is a little spot over there and over there, and on this there is a spot, this piece sticking out, so that goes below it. So it might be a good idea to actually drill and tap these before you do it through the bottom hole. Okay, and similar to this one over here, it goes on top. Okay, and you see there's gaps over here on the sides. Maybe if I can balance this gap. Okay, you get 4 of these. Okay, that goes in. Let's do the right one. just closes the gap up. So you just build them up until you have the ring. Okay. You might need to heat up part of this over here to push it down so that it's flush with the bottom section, because you'll notice as well there's a little lip over here, and then there's a little space in the bottom of this, so that is meant to slide in. So test fit the parts before you glue them, before you glue these together. Okay, you might need to heat up these over here just to make sure it sits flush. Okay, but at the end of the day, this is connected to this, and this is connected to this, which means you don't have to glue the parts on if you don't want to. That's your choice. You get your connector ring. Okay, and that basically self-explanatory. You got a gap there, you got a little thing sticking out, and that goes in and holds it. And you see on the front as well, you got a space over there, and that goes in there. Okay, as with all resin kits, just wash it off first before you paint with soap and water, so your paint actually sticks. Okay, if you built resin kits before, you'll know what I'm talking about. I've had it happen to me where the paint peels off afterwards. A very unpleasant experience, wasting paint, and then you have to try and get the paint off. Okay, so the next part is your spines. I think that's spines, or was it legs? Okay, so this is the complete piece with all the parts together. Okay, and then your tip, okay, just slides in and sits flush. This doesn't have to be glued on if you don't want it. Okay, so that's your spine. Okay, and this spine, where it joins on, just one thing I'm going to just show you guys over here is they're all marked. Okay, so this has got an R on it, right? And you got a left and you got a front. So by looking at this kit from the inside, not this side, and you can have left, right, and front. So this is your front, and then you got left and right. Okay, so the left one is, or the right one is for the right one. So this one here is for this piece. Okay, and as you'll see, it actually slides in. Okay, you can sand it down so it fits in, so it goes in flush. This one isn't going in all the way. I just need to sand some more, but it's also got a little gap there to put a screw through. And again, go all the way through. There's no lines on the side, and then just cover it up with putty. Okay, and then this part, or this part, which is this one, they're interchangeable between, I'm talking rubbish. Okay, these have got the left, right, and front as well. The rest are interchangeable. Okay, this basically goes on there. Okay, and then your this part then covers up that section, making up your spine, fin, spine, leg, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you might need to just sand extra just to get this to sit flush on the back end. Okay, there might be a bit of a gap over here which you can fill. Okay, as for the spine itself, this piece, okay, consists of 3 parts. Okay, so this is the rear part which actually goes onto the body. So you got your front one, which has got these little gills. You just need to open them up with when you prepare the parts, when you sand them. And then you got this, well, gill section as well, and then the little wings. Looks like wings. Okay, and this piece basically fits in flush. Okay, it should fit together pretty easy with minimal sanding. This piece you can actually put into the body, so there's a little hole over there, and it just slides in, sits flush. So now you got a gap through to the bottom. So prepare the inside of this with paint before you put this on, if you want it. And this just simply slides in. Okay, and then use clamps to clamp it down before you glue it. Okay, you only need to actually glue the back end because this is held in by the peg. Okay, and then your tip, like I explained before, just slides in. Now, on preparation of the parts, the only real work on getting rid of bubbles, because I had unfortunately the mold caught some bubbles, so that will be in the way when you're fitting together. So use a blade and a very thin Dremel or similar. Okay, so on this piece there's a small bubble on the inside of the section, so just clear that out. And then on this one, on the left, between these two little knobbles sticking out, a bubble caught on the inside of that. You need to clean that out as well, so that piece can go in. I mean, if you're going to glue this on, it doesn't matter, you can just cut this off. Okay, and then it'll slide in, you can glue it in. But if you want to remove it, then you need to do this, what I'm showing you. Okay. That's for preparation. What else was there? Okay, just make sure all the edges are nicely sanded. It was a quick job to do. Just tedious because there's 6 of them, top and bottom. And then one other area where I've noticed bubbles as well, it's caught in the mold, is these landing bays. Right on the inside, there's very, very tiny bubbles which I cut as much as I could with a blade. I don't think they'll be noticeable once paint is on it. Yeah, it's up to you what you want to do. But my apologies if you don't like it, but use a blade and cut it away. Okay, so that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the holes and then just fit these and then possibly glue these together and then get a coat or undercoat onto the skits. And then from there I will almost be done, actually. I think the biggest job will probably be painting, getting the right paint job. Okay, and then if I think of anything that I forgot to add, I'll mention it in the next video. Okay, so that's it guys, thanks, and chat in the next one. Cheers.